Hello, Sarah Sabin, Executive Leadership and Intuition Coach here. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the purpose of empathy in the workplace. So, for those of you familiar with emotional intelligence, which is one of the main indicators of superstar performance in the workplace, because it's not just about your technical ability and competence, it's about your ability to engage, motivate, and move people to perform. One of the tenets of that is empathy. So you have within the emotional intelligence quadrant two pillars related to self. So self-awareness and self-management. Self-management, you will hear me talk about a lot as emotional regulation, emotional mastery. And then two relating to other people, social awareness and relationship management. And those pillars 3 and 4 balance each other out. So social awareness includes empathy and your ability to have compassion for other people, understand other people, balanced out with relationship management. So that's the ability to hold people accountable, to have tough conversations, to negotiate, etc. So, empathy within the workplace, what is the purpose of it? We are not talking about empathy for empathy's sake, i.e., it's not about making people feel good all the time or patting them on the head and telling them they're brilliant all the time. And it's not about endless compassion or legitimizing people's victimhood. The purpose of empathy in the workplace is to have a deep understanding of what motivates other people, to understand how to engage them emotionally so that you can get the best out of them. So to summarize, it's so that you can move people to action and to high performance. That is the purpose of empathy in the workplace. And in order to do that, you need to be able to put yourself in the other person's shoes. Now, there's a few reasons why that's important, because people are emotionally led. And you might say to me, Sarah, well, I'm not. Trust me, you are. Even if you're not outwardly an emotional person. Most people make decisions emotionally, and then if they're sensible, they will go and do their due diligence and think rationally and logically in order to finalize and put a rubber stamp on that decision. But the initial reaction that someone has to a particular decision can, in some cases, lead to them moving all by themselves, right? So basically, they have an emotional yes to taking a particular decision or a particular course of action, and some people just jump straight in without doing any of the due diligence behind it. Again, I would always suggest that you do your due diligence. But even if you do that, there will be emotions factoring in before you get to the point of action or decision. So when you understand what drives other people and their motivations, you can engage their emotions. So at that preliminary stage, they're already on board with what you're saying. And it goes much deeper than most people's level of empathy would usually go in a workplace. So I often ask my clients, what do you believe motivates Jane? Jane being an employee or a member of the team that they believe should be doing more or should be performing more. And the client will often say to me, oh, well, money. They didn't get their bonus this year, so they're feeling a bit annoyed. And yeah, it's about money. in the vast majority of cases, it's never about the money. It's about the feeling underneath that. So the feeling that the money gives. And this is usually to do with things like external validation. So people needing people to tell them they're doing a good job, needing to feel needed, needing to feel like they have a purpose, needing to feel appreciated, etc. So it's those deeper motivations underneath that most leaders don't actually take the time to really understand at a deep level. They don't take the time to develop their empathy and intuition in relation to other people in a way that would make it easy to drive those people to action. So next time you're tempted to say, oh, well, empathy is overrated, think about how much easier it would be to influence people if you were able to speak directly to their internal drivers.